I basically have an aimbot in my head.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, they'll probably have like different leagues for people like me because it's just not fair.
Wow, is it that accurate?
It's that accurate, and
Wow.
it's faster. One thing that I found with the Neurolink is something that kind of blew my mind too, is that when I'm attempting to do stuff sometimes, or I'm thinking it to like move in a certain place, sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even like think it to move. It's almost like if you think about moving your hand, the signal is basically already being sent before you move your hand. Like your mind is saying, okay, he's about to move his hand basically. So the signal needs to be sent all the way down and back up in order for you to move your hand. So the speed that all of that happens, and it's almost a little preemptive. I saw that with the Neuralink, where it was moving the cursor before I was actually moving my hand. Say.
Wow.
Side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, you know, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, you know, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more. I have a Neuralink device that's implanted under my skin.
What is that? What advantages do you have?
I can't really say.
Can you predict outcomes?
I can't really say.
Would you be willing to demonstrate?
Yeah. If he's willing. I'm going to show you how to predict the outcome of a spin.
He's getting every number right. I don't know how he does it.
Do you work for them?
Do you think casino owners are worried about this?
They should be. I mean, if somebody figures out how to cheat with this thing,
You said you've done it how many times in a row?
it's the end.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I've been in the casino business 25 years. I've never seen anything like this.
Maybe I can see the ball.
Can you?
I don't know. Maybe I can see it before it drops, but I'm not using it.
Are you not using it?
No, I'm not. I'm just here to have fun. That's good. I'm not here to win money. I'm just good. I'm not here to have fun.
Foremost, I would like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, and shalom to those elect. All right, this will be probably a quick lesson, but you know, you've seen the two videos in the beginning, which, you know, if you watch them closely, that you can tell that these were like AI generated videos, but it can all be a reality, or it really is a reality up until this point, right? People, you know, it's documented that there's people around the world, and let's just look it up, with this Neurolink device, right? So let's just look it up, right? And, you know, first and foremost, let me already, you know, say that Neuralink is, you know, a part of the Motb, right? That the RFID chip, right? That's kind of, so let's just read a little bit about it. This is it says Neuralink is developing a coin-sized brain-computer interface called an N1 implant, right? Which reads electrical activity from the brain and translates those through digital commands, which, you know, it's really a bunch of hoopla. It's just a selling point to get the Motb, man, to be a part of that new world order, right? Because there's going to be, you know, this is going to be how you're going to be as like cattle, right? They're going to treat you, you know, like cattle, like they own you at that point. That's what the mark of the beast is, right? You're giving yourself over to that beast system, right? But of course, in order to get people to, you know, to do it, they have to incentivize it. So like they were saying in the video, you know, it's probably gonna be a lot of, I say this word lightly, but like wondrous things, meaning it's gonna be wonder in the world, not wonderful, but it's gonna be like wonder, like people are gonna be astounded by the things that you'll probably be able to do with the MOTB, man. You know. So, I mean, I guess it's an example. It says the primary goal is to restore independence for individuals with severe paralysis or neurological conditions by allowing them to control external devices with their minds. Right. I mean, just by the way that sounds like a miracle to some people, right? Some people would say, oh, that's a good thing. That's something like a miracle. That's something, it's a godlike ability, if you will, right? But we know Esau Edom has that godlike complex. They think themselves to be like the Most High, right? That's why you got all the genetically modified things in the world. That's why you got AI. That's why you got robots and things of that nature that, you know, that do different things. You know, they like to think that they create. That's why you're able to get, you know, sex changes at young ages. That's why you're able to, you know, take certain medicines. You know, women take testosterone pills so that way they can, you know, grow beards and shit. And you know, the weak-minded men, you can't really call them men. The weak-minded males, just call them like a biological thing. The weak-minded males, you know, they take, I think it's called like estrogen, so that way, you know, they become more feminine-like. You know, it's a lot of wicked bullshit in the world, but it all comes from having a godlike complex to think yourself to be able to do what you want to do, right? They thinking, you know, the women come up with that my body, my choice. You know, they want to do whatever they want to do, man. And the MOTB it's all a part of the same thing, man. A new world order, right? We'll continue. We'll read a little bit how the technology works, which really all of this is irrelevant, right? But you know, let the scriptures say, don't be ignorant in anything, right? So it says the N1 plant. It says the device is a small, cosmetically invisible disc. It is implanted into the skull and connects to the brain cerebral cortex using 64 flexible hair-thin threads containing over 1,000 microscopic electrodes. So again, these things sound, you know, like high tech, right? You know how America does, you know. As soon as the new iPhone comes out, you gotta get the new iPhone. As soon as the new anything comes out, you gotta upgrade to the newest thing. So when this thing comes out, they're really barely going to have to incentivize it, right? Because it's going to seem like it comes with a lot of benefits, right? You'll be able to, you know, you'll probably be able to start your car and, you know, shit, you might be able to drive, which is gonna be, I mean, who knows? It's just gonna be the newest trend, the newest fad. But again, the people of Israel, the true men of Israel, right? The prophets, so on and so forth, those who learn, right? The true people of Yahweh are going to know, right? That's everything contrary to Yahweh, right? I really wanted to see how many people to prove that it's already in the works. Let's see. The first patient, Nolan Arbaugh. I'm really just doing this out of curiosity. See, I mean, look, I mean, it says Elon Musk announced on January 29th the first human patient had received the device and was recovering well. And Reuters later identified the participant as Arbaugh. Arbaugh said the surgery was straightforward and that he was discharged the following day without cognitive impairment, right? So it sounds like a miracle. It sounds like whoever this guy is, which brothers have probably heard about this already because, this is what I wanted. But like I said, it might sound like a miracle because, you know, somebody who had problems, now the problems are magically disappeared with this MOTB, man. But like it says as of early 2026, 21 people worldwide have received the Neurolink implant, right? And we don't know how accurate that is, but, you know, I'm pretty sure it's, you know, of some accuracy, right? But it just shows that the MOTB is already here, man. So what does that mean? You know, you go read 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and chapter 9, you know, and it talks about these are the things that you'll see to know that the Lord is currently visiting the world which he made, man. He's currently showing you signs and wonders. He's bringing things into play, right? You think these things to be, you know, far off, you know, the end of the world, World War III, you know, all of these types of things. You think them to be far off, but they're a lot closer, like the scriptures say. You know, our salvation is nearer than when we first believed, you know, or than when we believed. So if then, how much more now, right? So let's go ahead and read the scriptures of the MOTB just to make sure that's known. It's Revelation 13 and I'll start at 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon," right? 2 horns, Democratic and Republican party, right? Just proving that this is America, right? But spake as that dragon, meaning what? He spake, you know, that old, this is the revised Roman Empire, you know, it's come back, right? It says, and he exercises all the power from the power, so like he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Again, the Roman Empire, man, the Holy Roman Empire, right? It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Who does that? Who drops bombs? Who dropped the first atomic bombs? The first and only. America, man. Those great wonders. Nobody has dropped atomic bombs on the countries except for Babylon, man. It says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." And that's what's going to happen to the prophets, right? The prophets are going to be, you know, given up, delivered up, right? That just comes with it. That's persecution. But as we know, that those will be righteous deaths, you know, for the things that may happen to brothers. Because like I say, you know, if it should happen to you, right, you know, you got to take these things cheerfully. You got to take that chastisement cheerfully, because these are righteous deaths, right? You want to go out, you know, by way, you know, the same way as Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua did, right? In the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is what I'm trying to say, right? Verse 16, it says, and here we get into the MOTB, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond," meaning everybody, right? He's going to try to cause everybody to get this thing, right? It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And that word mark being a charagma, right? It's an incision, a cut, right? And that's what's going to happen. It's an implant, right? It says in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. That's why that, you know, the CBDC is going, which is the central banking digital currency, right? That's ushering in the MOTB. It's a tool, a catalyst, right, to usher in the MOTB, right? Because you once the world goes completely digital, right, it's going to be easy for the government to have holes on your money, you know, whatever, right? So if you don't have what they want you to have, that chip, right, in order to be or comply with the rest of the world, then they can easily, you know, shut you off from that, man. So he's going to cause all to do this, so that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? So you if you don't comply, you're gonna be you know, essentially exiled, right? And you know, this is how we get Jacob's trouble, all these types of things, right? But verse 18, it says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man," not, you know, some spiritual, no, the number of a man. Who is this man? Esau, Edom, right? Esau Edom, your so-called white man. It says that his number is 636, right? So that's the MOTB, man, the chip, right? Let's look it up. RF ID chip. All right, this is the MOTB, the mark of the beast. All right. There's no way that says Amazon. That's crazy. But it's really not crazy, to be honest. Radio frequency identification, right? So, again, like I said, it'll be short, but, straight to the point, sweet. Look, like I said, people are already getting it, man. People are already getting it. You ever been to Whole Foods and you pay for the food with the palm of your hand, right? It's going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to end by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and shalom to the hopefully elect.